Good morning, friends. This is Gautham Kolluri from CIP Study Abroad and Immigration. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and previously worked in Conestoga College and Mohawk College as the International Students Recruitment Officer. Welcome to our our CIP International Student Review. Today, I'm happy to have Brinda, one of our CIP students. She graduated from York University. Brinda, thank you very much for joining at a short notice and welcome to the talk.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, Brinda, could you introduce yourself? Where are you from and how did you connect with CIP?
Okay, actually, I'm from Bangalore, so I had plans to move to Canada on PR initially, but I was unsuccessful on my attempt. But in the meantime, I was looking through your Facebook for success stories as well. You used to post that these many students got their study permit. So I was
The
thinking
students
whether I
used to
should
post it, yes. Yeah.
correct. I think those were during 2018 and 2019. I really followed you for 1 year. Only after that I came to you, sir. So
Good. That's good.
I,
I mean, it's
I,
a very important as well. It's a very critical journey, and it is very important that people research and educate themselves and then make, responsible choices. So it's very important. And I think I was just doing a video on the new year, and studying abroad is a journey of 1,000 steps, and the first step is choosing the right consultancy in your journey. So thank you very much for just I hope we have not disappointed you. So thank you for applying with CIP.
correct, sir. I'm definitely not disappointed with your services because your services was like you suggest us the colleges and we get the option to decide which college we want to go. If there is any wrong in the option, you made sure you pinpointed as the disadvantage of selecting that college. So we took an informed decision when we made it. That is the
Right.
really a plus point. I when I went to other consultancy, they are like, you tell me the college, we will apply for you. Then I told him, why did I appoint you as a consultant then? So
Very true. And
finally,
one of the
I
Right. So,
sorry,
and
sir.
one of the big advantages, for students who come here, we are here to support. Your true journey starts when you land in Canada. There are 20,000 sub-agents in India. Getting an acceptance letter is not really an issue. But when you come here, right, guiding you, we have, in we at during the entire student journey, we have at least our students reaching out 20 to 30 times. Easy for all the questions, anything. So, when you go for an agency in India or who is not regulated Canadian immigration consultant, they'll not be able to assist you in this journey. So that's important that you choose a company. It doesn't have to be CIP, but any agency who is an RCIC and has offices both in India or in Canada, these are the agencies what students should choose, right? So are you happy with your decision to come to Canada? There's so much of
Very
negative talk, people complaining all the time, right?
correct,
Yeah.
sir. Definitely, this is the correct decision. It's only 2 year, 1 year I earned here, but I earned a lot. That I should say. And I came here as a student, and then even my study permit it was applied by CIP only. I mean, spouse permit was applied by
Awesome.
CIP, and it was successful in the first attempt itself. Although I had to wait for a year, so but still that was
It was during
okay.
the COVID, there was a lot of delay. I remember you stressing out, but you have been, it's been a very calm journey with you. We've been talking to you for so many times now. So,
Uh,
so what is your current job, Brinda?
Senior fund accountant, sir. There are private equity funds, and we had to do the administration and accounting work for those private equity funds. Private equity
Hmm.
funds, I can say, are similar to the mutual funds, just that the tenure is longer.
Okay, I will have to talk to you also. Take your advice on that. you know
So,
so that would be very
yeah.
helpful. So, when you first landed here in Canada, right, theoretically you've been listening to all the people for 1 year. So how was the reality on ground when you first came to Canada? How did was there any, what were the first thoughts going in your mind when you first landed here in Canada? Was the reality different from your perception what you had back home?
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm not a fearful person. I don't get afraid of anything. But the moment I landed in Canada, I was afraid to even board a car. I was damn afraid of that. I was afraid to go and go and search for a home. I, Even the very first step, I was afraid because I don't know about the people. I don't know how people behave with me. So you know about India and their culture and how people behave, but over here it's completely new. That was hard. So, but then I have a network over here. My husband's ex-boss is here, so they helped me in settling here. They told me if you're afraid so much, don't worry. You have 911 number. Any issues you can call them. And also, you also assured us that after settling, if you have any issues, I can always contact you. That is actually the most important part of being a part of CIP. The after settlement services is what distinguishes CIP, sir. Definitely I should say
Thank
that,
you.
because I was afraid that what if someone throws me out from the home. CIP is always there. I can call Gautham, sir.
Yes, yes, you can even come home. Some people are close to us, and Brinda is one of our students who've been a long journey. You know, yes, we cannot replace your parents or, your dear relatives, but if there is emergency, we are all always here. Be it an emotional, mental issue or any emergency, even financial, we have to help. We are here to help our students to an extent where it is possible, but we would never go away. 24/7, we are here. So, what are the challenges you face apart from being away from the family, right? What challenges? A lot of it's good to talk about the positive things, but let's prepare the people with you had your journey and you could advise all the students, right? So, what are the challenges you had while going through this journey?
One biggest challenge that I faced was regarding the timeline of my visa's expiries. My husband's visa got approved July first week. My student visa set to expire September. The end of my course is September first week, which means his visa also expires the same time, I think. Right,
Had
sir?
to get this thing right. Yeah.
So nobody would give a job to my husband. It's really tough to choose a job within the 3 months time. So eventually, I had to decide and go for a flag pulling, and I got my permit finally, and I got my job as well. Within a week's time, I got my offer letter. So
Congratulations. I just don't want to jump to the job directly. So, how was your life, right? Like, apart from family challenges, did you find the people around you or the surroundings around you challenging in Canada when you came in, right? 2019, 20. Did you feel comfortable here? Initially, you mentioned, right? We come from a very middle class family where even girls, I have two sisters. We don't even go out in the night, right? In the evening when it gets dark. So, there's so much of worry. So how, was there anything in the surroundings which had you any challenges?
no, so for me, everything was safe. I never felt anything which is alarming at all. Sir, in the environment that I am around, even in the workplace I go, I feel really comfortable. I mean, even in the part-time job, I am telling they are like to the point. If they tell you that you are going to work for 4 hours, you are going to work for 4 hours, and you get paid for 4 hours. No, there is nobody pulled me or pushed me further and took a disadvantage of me. Even in my home, I was in a shared room, so even there I felt comfortable. Even in case where didn't feel comfortable, I had the option to move out, so I preferred that one. I was always safe here in Canada than in India. I really felt safe here. Even today, I feel safe.
Yes, yes. And
Comparatively, India,
you're
definitely I feel safe here, sir.
much safer, right? It is. Yeah, we don't even sometimes lock our closed doors or even a garage and go my happens and nothing happens here especially in smaller towns like Kitchener, Waterloo, it's much safe as well. Under Ashwin also would say it's pretty much safe country here. So First thing, all international students is they will not ask about study, they will not ask about future jobs, they will ask about part-time job. So how was your journey with your part-time job, and how did you manage your study and work?
Okay, actually, regarding part-time job, I did not see that I need to get an office environment or admin job. I took up job whichever comes on my way. Say, even if it is a cleaning work, I took it up. The reason being, I want to have Canadian dollars in my hand. I don't want to earn in Indian rupees and spend in dollars. I wanted to earn Canadian dollars and spend Canadian dollars. So I took up whatever job came on my way for the first 15 days. But after that, meantime, in those 15 days, I got placed in Winners as well. So I was happy. It is a clothing shop. So you get a
Venus is
lot of
good.
clothes.
It's nice. Yes, yes, yes. We go there.
And
Even I actually buy there. They have this good brands discounted. Sometimes my wife goes there, buy stuff, and I think I also have some of my stuff from Winners. Nice, nice place. I love especially the the souvenir and all the section. So I think we have something from Winners back. I think that lamp is actually from Winners, the one behind.
home sense. Okay, so
Home sense and Winners together. So,
yeah.
so how was your part time? How did you manage your part time with your study at York University, right? So, how was York University, and how could you manage both your work and part time? It's a beautiful university. It's great. Now they have a big camp, big home campus building they have. When you came in, they did not have it. But how was your
Okay.
experience with York, and how was the study and workload?
Oh, okay. I managed it well. Regarding the studies, if the professor teaches something that day, I would ensure I complete it before the weekend. Or it is a part-time job. You're going to work only 20 hours, so rest of the time is free for you to concentrate on your studies. So before the weekend, I ensure it is completed. I don't keep piling up things. So yeah, and we need
That's
to hear what the professor teaches. They are really efficient enough. We need to really hear to what they say. That is what I think is lacking in the students side. um, Concentration on what professor
how
says.
many classes, how
And
many days in classes did you have?
for two courses it's totally 45 days, uh, multiplied by 8
Usually
subjects.
you had about 4 days, right? 4 days is 4 hours
Uh,
is usually the York,
Correct.
correct, right?
Correct, sir.
Oh, yeah,
Evening hours. I had it in the
you
evening
had
hours.
you
The
you
first course
had the
was during
morning.
the morning.
Yes, okay. Was it difficult to find a part-time job for you when you came in? There's a peak
No, it
COVID.
was absolutely fine because I had 15 days quarantine. During this quarantine only, I applied for all the winners job, and that's how I got placed in winners. I worked there for 4 months, and then I moved to Fresco again, which is important. Our stomach is
And
important more
groceries
than
and
the
all that,
clothing.
right? Yeah, so you get a lot.
Yeah,
So you got
get it
clothes
in
all for
discount.
1 year, and then you got your groceries.
Correct, sir. I did it.
That's good. So, congratulations for getting your job in 2 weeks after graduation. So, how was your journey from a full-time student to a full-time? And it's a decent job, right? It's not, it is in your core specialty. You had previous work experience, and it's a very important, it's not easy to get those high-level jobs. So how did you make it happen?
Okay, sir. Actually, during the last semester, um, I applied for these jobs through LinkedIn. The key point here is we need to subscribe LinkedIn. Um, there is a free subscription premium. We need to subscribe that, which is important. Only if you subscribe that, you will get to know the top jobs. Uh, those jobs you need to apply within the first 20 candidates list. If it is after
Is it
candidates, you
interesting?
may get the call, but it's not for sure. So we need to ensure that each and every hour we check the LinkedIn for the jobs. And once you get to know that, you can apply it. Um, so September 9th, my course is going to get completed. So August last week, I started applying for those jobs. I think around September uh, 14. Like that, I got my offer letter.
That
I
is
attended,
nice. That's good.
yeah.
Hmm.
If September 9th was my last day of the college, September 7th, I attended one interview. This person delayed the offer letter, and the job I was provided was not of my core area. This one is private equity. I got in hedge funds first, and the salary was also not up to my mark. I was put a level below as well. So after that, I think Tuesday, I got a call from RBC that it is private equity and job profile was also good. And Wednesday, I had my interview. Thursday, I got the offer letter.
Congratulations. I hope you're getting at least 100K to start with.
No, sir. No, not 100K. That is too much. But still, whatever I'm paid, I'm happy with the salary.
It's a great start. It's a great start. See, the first year, my first job, you'll be surprised. My first job in Conestoga was $11 per hour. And actually asked the VP, I told him, I think it was 1050, but Vice President Al Wand was there. He said, Al, I have two kids and, a lot of things to buy. And he said, okay, I'll make you 50 cents more. I'll still remember him. And I was looking at him. I didn't know what to say for 50 cents. Yeah. So
Yes,
the
sir. The
first
key
is one
point for
after one
my
year work. Yeah.
The key
Go ahead,
point
please.
for my job success was the LinkedIn premium subscription. I think everyone should subscribe to the premium subscription. For 1 month, that subscription is free. So you need to calculate your timelines and make it accordingly.
Yes.
And apply for jobs immediately the moment you see. If you feel it's your relevant job profile, don't wait or don't think, because you need to apply within 20 candidates. When I applied for RBC, I was the third candidate to do.
That is nice. So, how was your job? So, what is your job title and what exactly you do? Like, you are a private hedge fund manager. So, what are you? What are your daily, job duties, functions you have?
Okay, so we will receive a request to record the expenses and income on a daily basis, but on a quarterly basis, we have to prepare the NAV of the fund. So all the relevant activities falls under our scope. Even when there is a capital contributions and distributions, capital contribution is like we collect funds from our investors, so that falls under our scope to record those in our books. And when we make distributions, I mean, pay out the profit of our fund, those needs to be, those also falls under our scope as a daily and quarterly task. And regarding the workload, it is very, very, very less comparative to India. I know I used to work 14 hours in India on a daily basis, but and I was pushed to work. It is not that I voluntarily worked. I was pushed to work. But over here, I see people are pushing me to go home. They're telling Zinda, take care of your daughter. You better go home.
Uh,
Don't sit.
that's nice. So how do you see, you have such a strong experience in finance industry. So how do you see the prospects in finance industry here, like for all the other new immigrants and students coming in, about the finance industry in Canada?
Yes, sir. Actually, in the finance industry, you need to have a minimum 2 years of experience in India. If you have 2 years of experience, you getting placed here is really very strong. And anywhere in the world, this hedge funds, private equity, mutual funds, those are growing job profiles. So if you are in a finance industry, you can prefer one of these job profiles. Mutual funds usually have a lot of workload. Hedge funds is the second next, has the top workload. Private equity has the least workload of all the three. In India, you have a monthly NAV cutoff. In Canada, you have a quarterly NAV cutoff. So the workload is really less here. You understand the
Is
reason, sir? Monthly completing a deadline is different from completing a deadline quarterly.
Yes, you
So
can start it on the fourth month. You don't have to do it on the first, second, and third month.
correct. So, sir, I know there are a lot of industries in Hyderabad, Pune, and Bangalore. A lot of companies are there. If you did a BCom and you go and join in one of those industries, you come here, there are a lot of prospects here as well. There are in total 5 companies here in Toronto and Mississauga. More companies are there, and there are companies in Nova Scotia as well. I think one or two, and Alberta and BC is growing now. I see that there are job offers now. It is growing market now.
Yeah. Well, banking and insurance are big, big in Canada, right? There's so many banks, branches, there's so many opportunities out there. Definitely, I was talking to a person yesterday from insurance industry, and he was also sharing his feedback. Good. So, how is your family coping up? Your husband came on spouse open work permit, and is he from IT or non-IT?
He is from IT, sir.
Thank God. Thank God. IT is short targeted occupations, and IT it's easier for them to get the PR, and salaries are definitely
Yeah,
better than, right? So that's good.
correct,
So how
correct, sir.
is your daughter and your husband feeling about Canada? Like, do they say,
My
Brinda,
daughter,
why did you bring us here?
yeah, no, my daughter, she is happy both in India and Canada. She doesn't distinguish because she is close to India as well. So she don't distinguish between both the countries, and she's happy here as well. But for my husband, he is more inclined to home country, India. He is telling, let's go back, let's go back. Yesterday you told about the internet sensation, sir. That is what is causing an issue here.
Is
And yeah, he's close with his
yeah,
family as well, so he
he
want to go back.
he misses his parents and he wants to go back. He's more.
He didn't had any experience of staying away from his parents, sir. So expecting him to cope up here is wrong. So he needs some time to do that.
Yes, you don't want to live with your in-laws.
Not that way, sir. I'm okay either ways. Over here also, I'm okay. I'm happy here. If he goes there, I'm okay. Like that.
But it's very difficult. Once a person settles abroad for a couple of years, it's very difficult back home. I can definitely say
Correct.
that. I've been in this for so many years. I hope he'll be able to bring his parents here, and things will settle down. That would really make them happy as well. At least not all the time, but maybe at least couple of times uh, a year, maybe couple of months. That would be good. So, what would be your advice to all the prospective international students and immigrants coming to Canada? How can they be successful here? And what are the challenge? How could they be prepared to be successful here?
Yesterday you told two things. One is determination, the other is money. Both are important. So money, have a sufficient money in your hand, but determination should be high. Don't lose your hope. Don't lose your determination. There is definitely a light at the end of the tunnel.
Thank you. Very important, guys. It's very important to educate yourselves, right? Freshers, undergraduate students, very difficult with the PR. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. So we always advise mature students or people with 2, 3 years of work experience at least to start this journey, and be okay. But again, right? This is a very huge sacrifice. You are leaving your parents, you are leaving your comfort zone and coming to a new world. You're creating a new home, you're creating a new community and friends around you. So you're starting everything from scratch. So not everybody might be able to cope up with that. So please make sure that you understand these challenges. And not everything glitters is gold, to be honest, and there is no heaven on earth. Every country has negative things and positive things. But again, I left home when I was 19, and it's very difficult. I'm happy go to India to travel, visit. I love traveling back home, but living there is a nightmare. Not easy, I would say. Especially the problem would be kids. My youngest was born here. My son was only 8 months 10 months when I came here. For us, India is our home. For them, Canada is their home. They will not be able to survive there. On a long term, when they grew up here, everything. So for kids, it's going to be a huge challenge, right? So yeah. But thank you very much, Brinda, for joining in and sharing your
Thank you so
experience
much.
in CIP in Canada. Truly appreciate